Hey guys, welcome to the first review of 2015. Happy New Year, and this is an awesome way to start it. Here we go, we have the Legacy White Tiger Zord, you have the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers, or Saban's Mighty Morphing Power Rangers at the top. It says up here, die-cast parts, metallic paint, the Legacy White Tiger Zord in gold, a lovely concept art of the Tiger Zord itself, the Warrior mode, more morphs into the Megazord, then you got warning, advertisement, blah blah blah, Bandai 15+. Here we go on the side, if you can see it. It says Power Rangers up here, and you can morphs with the Megazord from the Dino one, so that's absolutely really cool. So it gives you a little bit more kind of play with it. More here with the Tiger Zord stats. On the back, you have the Legacy White Tiger Zord, it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Tiger Zord in Warrior mode, and then again you've got him in Tiger mode, and you got diecast parts, Tommy here, and then the story, which is cool. Then you have on here another picture of Tommy with Legacy White Tiger Zord and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and on the top, if you turn it around, you have White Tiger Zord and a really nice picture of the Legacy Tiger Zord, and then on the bottom you just pretty much have the information. So let's have a look inside at the figure, and let's jump straight to the review. And here he is, the almighty Tiger Zord, and he looks absolutely fantastic. It's pretty much like he has just jumped from the TV show straight into this video. They've really taken a lot of care and love just making this, and you can see by all the detail they have on the Tiger Zord. I mean, looking on the side, we've noticed that the orbs are a lot smaller rather than the 95 one, where they were huge and you could pull them out and add them. I don't know the reason why they did that. One thing that I quite like that I mentioned in the previous video is these things here. Now originally they used to be the big M's. I don't know the reason why they kept that in or changed it, but this looks more to the show. It is pretty much the Tiger Zord from the from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Looking at the side, I always said that his tiger face kind of drew me in more, and one thing I noticed is that when you move his mouth up and down, the orb here is pretty much just moving with it. The eyes stand out, and again you can just pretty much pose them. Now if you remember from White Light Part 2, when Tommy was controlling him and he fell down, you can actually change here and actually just change it so he could be. So these move forward, the metal diecast parts are his claws, and you can move up and down depending on what you want. Now we noticed that when going to the back, you can't really force it, but you can change it all the way to the front. Again, if we look at the top of the Zord here with his head, his Megazord head stays in, and again you can look at the back. Now the tail doesn't go up, which is a bit of a shame, pretty much like the 95 one, which could. This is one thing I'm not a big fan of, so you can't really move it up and down. If we have a look underneath, again you can see on the legs here, and the fact that these move in and out pretty much very similar. You can change this to kind of fit in, but you can just pretty much change it all the time. Again, you've got the same symmetry as it's exactly the same, and again you've got the legs that can turn around like that. So pretty much here with his black lines, it's not bad. Again, it's a lot better than the lightning bolts that you had. So let's look at the Tiger Zord Warrior mode and look at the differences that the prototype had compared to the actual final result. What are you doing? This is my review. I don't care. I am the best. I was the first. You meant to be in later. Yeah, I am. My review. So as we can see here, there is not a lot of difference between the prototype and the final version. The only thing that we can now look at properly is that these drop down, and also the Mega Tiger Zord's head pops up. One cool thing is on the original 95 version, this here was a sticker, and most of the time when you brought it up and down, when it wasn't stiff, you could actually came off. Here it's actually painted straight onto the actual figure, so this is quite cool, and again it won't rub the paint off because it's just slightly outward, so it doesn't damage the paint. What we can see is that there is more detail on his mouth, and to be honest, I never realized from the actual Zord itself, or even the original Tiger Zord, that it had little indents there. Again, I really do like the gold trim on his helmet, and the eyes and the face look like a proper robot. when we look at the back of him, which we didn't really look before, they've not just literally put a sticker or they've just kind of left it, they have actually carved it into the actual figure itself. And we can actually see properly that when he moves like from that way to that way, that it won't scratch, and the fact is that it looks actually kind of cool. We notice that there's more die-cast metal here from the actual frame itself, and again from looking at the back, you don't really notice the screws that much. Well, I don't here. When we look at the arms, there is a little bit more detail and it's in fact more indented. We can actually have a proper look at it rather than just having a quick glance. When you run your finger across it, you can definitely feel that it's raised. One thing that's really cool here is the fact that the level of articulation. When we put in his sword here, he actually hones it properly, and then also you can have it in any sort of way you want. You can move it around, and his hands do open. It moves around, and then you can have it in a certain way. So it's like, do you even lift, bro? And then again, you can have it in which way you want. And this actually makes it more like you can have a battle scene against your favorite monster, or if you wanted to put him against another Megazord, you can do at any point. So I really like the fact that they put this attention to detail to make it a stunning figure. And again, it stands out a lot more than the other ones that I've seen so far that they've released. One thing I really like, and we noticed this beforehand, is the fact that you can really just kind of pose that with his leg. Now, it does look like he's just on his side, but it does mean that it looks like he's walking towards you. You can obviously do it with two, so you can actually have him at different poses. So if you want to do it Matrix style and have him kind of just bending back, he will topple over, but it does mean that it does add a little extra feature to him. When looking at the box, you can obviously add the Dinozords, and this is a really cool feature. This is obviously part of the Zord builder, and we know that when they bring out other parts to the Legacy line, we can add them in, or even if you wanted just to pretty much buy any of the other Zords, just add them together because they all connect. I remember looking at the concept art for Die Ranger, and they literally had something very similar to this. The only one weird thing is you have to remove the legs from the Tigerzord, and this can be quite annoying, but we can see it why is originally you had the connector parts, and this was the connecting parts to have the Thunderzords in, but now with this part redundant with actually the clips, you have to take them off. So don't lose them, because you will need them if you want them to be back in Tiger Zord mode. One thing that we've noticed is with the Zord builder, and Mastodon arms are quite stiff, but with the Tigerzord arms, when you pull them outwards, they actually come off. So you can't actually pull them to reveal this part. You have to grab it here and pull them out separately. One good thing about the Zord builder, as we've just mentioned, is that you can combine them onto other ones, so you can make different combinations. Now, I know a lot of people have complained about the Zord builder and how they don't like it, but when you can make combinations like this means that you can make any Megazord unique and different, and if you just want to change it from like a day-to-day thing, you can, and this makes the whole toy range a lot more fun. And plus you can have them battle. I'm gonna get you, you stole my arms, you stole my arms, ding ding ding. So you can have fun just like that. If you wanted to reenact like the whole Rita Revolta destroying the Thunderzords, you can do by just taking it out, so you can have them fall down and like that. I think that's quite cool, so it brings out a more realistic play if you want to do it. Now, one thing we also did notice is it does actually have a secret Zord builder attachment, which is here, and this is absolutely awesome. We didn't know this until we actually looked at the figure properly, but it does mean that you can add more things to it at any point, and or if you want to do more destruction, but it does bring an element of what could you add to it, and that's using your imagination. So this is kind of cool. I really like it, and the fact that you could add this to anything else, so you could have like a super duper Tiger Ultra Mega Winger Zord, whatever you wanted, and it just brings a more element to play, and that's what we really like about the figure. But there we go, guys, that is the Legacy Tiger Zord, finally the actual released version. So we compared it to the prototype towards this. This is an amazing Zord. I love the fact that it's more robot-like, and that's what draws me to it. And again, the detail is just amazing. So your questions of the day are you going to get this Zord? Have you got it already, and what combinations would you like to see him in? Also, are you going to combine him with anything else? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment and subscribe. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you.
It's my Zord! You guys love my Zord! Look at the shiny tiger!
And thank you very much, Tommy. So again, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see you in a bit.